7-yard line. That's a great call, too. Play fake, and Plummer will put it up, throws over the middle. Poole, touchdown. Quick flag.
3rd down and 5. Levis swings it to Scadaboo. Scadaboo breaks defenders. Here he goes again. Scadaboo is the running back, and he is immediately met in the backfield, runs through the contact, and then throws a shoulder for good measure.
Shut this defense here. That is true. High in the air. Right center field. Brandon Compton. Welcome to 2025. Today. Just one the other way. Still going back. The drag walks up and down.
Edwards pulls off and buries it. Richardson drives out for Robbie Ryan. Hurt 3 right on the money.
Takes his shot for Derby. Flag out. Doesn't matter. Touchdown.
What is up, my Pitchfork Lunch peeps? Yes, I am Michael Caratino at Diablo00 on X, the artist formerly known as Twitter. I am back. Yes, last week. Just going to keep this really short, not going to go long. Some stuff came up, and yeah, but I was keeping up. I was out and about, and you guys know this. So, yeah, definitely keeping up with what was going on. So yes, but definitely got a lot to get to as well, as you guys know. Yeah, I mean, the Texas Tech win for football, the Houston loss, volleyball just crushing it, rocking it still. Coach Van Neal, actually ran into him yesterday at the soccer game. Speaking of that, Coach Winkworth, and what they have going on. So we're going to hear from a lot. We got a lot to cover. But yeah, volleyball, soccer, football, basketball getting going as well too. So again, just very ramping up and getting everything going. So just heard from Coach Dillingham as well as weekly presser, and Kenny Dillingham. Yes, that would be him. And then also Willie Bloomquist. Probably hear that tomorrow. But yeah, absolutely awesome, guys. Absolutely awesome. So yes, very, very stoked with what obviously is. Yeah, it's a battle. Football is at a crossroads, but in the right hands. The breaking news, though, again, want to start off again. So yes, at Diablo Zeros on X, R20 on Twitter. Check out the show live there. You can do that Monday through Friday, as 12 to 1. My IG, Michael.Caratuno.5. The YouTube channel, guys, go to YouTube, watch live, but also subscribe, my friends, because anything you may have missed, any of the con reviews, and we've had a plethora of phenomenal interviews. Again, talking whether it's insiders or coaches, players, insiders, voices, alum, an athletic director who, again, we are working out the schedule, which, again, on my side needs to come a little more. But nonetheless, so again, go to YouTube. You see my name, Michael Caratuno. It's at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005, at MVC005, and subscribe. Also, quick shout out. Obviously, I did it before the Texas Tech game. We had the trivia, the giveaways. Dos Equis, thanks to our wonderful friends, Dos Equis, again, college football playoff. That is just absolutely awesome due to the fact that had quite a few at the Texas Tech game enjoying some Dos Equis, so that's always great to see. The Devils, rocking it. So, yes, we had that. And then Houston, obviously, this last weekend, again, back-to-back home games for the first time this season. So, it was a tough one. Houston, obviously good. Volleyball, man, kids, they are absolutely crushing it, as you know. They just went down Saturday night and took care of that team down south during the football game. You got to play them when you play them. And Coach Van Neal's team is always ready to play them. They are now 17-2, 8-0 in conference play. They have won 11 in a row. They are 8-0 in conference play, magically 8-0 at home, 7-1 away. And 2-1 on neutral courts. Their only losses at number 2 Texas. So this team absolutely crushing it. Bailey Miller, who we had on the show, it just keeps continuing to again play off of. They play off of each other. Noemi Glover, it just again phenomenal. But I mean, what Colby Neal's my team. Jillian Neal obviously back. Bryn Koval, obviously. Sydney Henry, it is just Tatum Parrott, they dealt with, knock on wood, injuries coming along. So we'll get into that too. But again, and they have TCU, guys, Wednesday night, Desert Financial Arena. It will be on ESPNU. But TCU number 13 in the country. We'll get to more of that for Coach Van Neal. For Coach Winkworth and women's soccer, they fell to they went toe to toe yesterday afternoon, their last home game with number 9 TCU. They got down 2-0. They got a goal in the second half from Tatum Thomason, who again, local kid, transferred back here, absolutely crushed it. We'll get into the standings. They definitely need to beat that team down south. They play Thursday at 7 p.m. Thursday at 7 p.m. They are taking on that team down south, Territorial Cup battle. The women volleyball got their first Territorial Cup points by beating that team down south down there. on Saturday night. Soccer, again, it's been tough sledding, and we'll hear from Coach Winkworth. So yes, it's one of those things. Also, we're going to hear from Malik McLean and Keyshawn Elliott post game from Saturday's game again against Houston. But yeah, they got down 24-0, and then they had the ball down 8 with a chance to go on a drive and tie the game up, have a chance to send it to overtime. So it was oh man. But yes, that was that. Oh, soccer, by the way, going back to soccer. So last week, obviously, again, some stuff, apologies. Some people knew, should have got some more messages out, but nonetheless, we be here. But soccer beat Utah 1-0 this past Thursday, which they needed. They were when they went to Iowa State. So they lost to Texas Tech. Talked about that. It was Thursday. They went to con Iowa State in Ames, and they tied. They had a 1-1 draw. Then they turned around and went and played Utah and beat Utah 1-0. Needed that. And then, man, TCU, again, they're number 9 in the country. They're tops of the conference standings. I don't know if they fully locked up the regular season championship, but we'll get to that. But yeah, soccer, again, oh, man, just they are now 10-5-3. 6-3-1 at home, 4-2-2 on the road. So look, Coach Winkworth, and there, man. Well, unfortunately, it's Coach Winkworth's turn to have a little bit of an extended MASH unit. But it's still this team, again, very exciting to see play. So that's where they are at. I'll get to rankings in a little bit, but hey, so a lot going on there. But the breaking news with football, by the way, I know CSO was going to say I got sidetracked. Special teams coordinator, assistant head coach and special teams coordinator, Charlie Regal. He's taken a health-related leave of absence, and it was confirmed last night. Again, friend of the Pitchfork Lunch, as you know, phenomenal. Has always been a phenomenal supporter. I say, I'm coming on the shows, making time. Again, believe me, very, very busy guy. Time is precious, but ever since I've been covering Coach Regal, man, just lucky to call him friend. So again, prayers to Coach Regal, his family. So for these health reasons, and it's Coach Gillingham did address that today as well. But yeah, prayers to Coach Regal and his family. Him hopefully again. I know 2 years ago, Coach Tuitele was away from the team for a little bit for health reasons. So again, we just want to make sure obviously Coach gets right. Here on Pitchfork Lunch, again, like I said, obviously caring about the person, the relationship we've built through the years. Like I again hope whenever I get to talk to him again, hopefully it'll be sometime soon. Well, okay, sorry about that. He's some stuff to deal with, so nonetheless, like I said, Coach Regal has that. So I just, again, prayers to Coach Regal. Hopefully battle this and battle whatever it is. To help him. So, and he will get through this. So just again, prayers and love to you, Coach Regal. Again, always been, not even just for the show, just as a person, human being, like just always there. What does he always say? It's relationships. It's how you treat people. And it's not just tongue in cheek because he's a college coach and trying to recruit. Back when I knew him, when obviously coaching at Chaparral High School, covering Arizona high schools for years. So look, hopefully get to talk to him soon. It's always a pleasure to get to talk to him, but we'll go from there. But again, shout out to Coach Regal. Again, prayers and whatever it is, he will get through it, and we get to see him back, doing what he's done for a very long time, and I know what he loves to do. So, but he's got to make sure he's right for himself, his family, and medical leave of absence, and that's what that's where that Coach Gene Nuda, who got hired, has run special teams before. Obviously, he'll be has been working with Coach Regal anyway, but he'll be stepping up in that role. So, it's that's where again Coach is at. So it's again prayers, all good. So yes, that is. I just want to get that out there. We're going to step aside when we get back. We are going to hear, like I said, from Keyshawn Elliott and Malik McLean, who had 7 catches for 159 yards in Jordan Tyson's absence. Sam Levin went back out. He started the game, little tweaked, went and got checked out, came back, and then a little tweak towards the end of the game. So Jefferson's finished at a touchdown drive, hit a Shimon Mateer got in the end zone. So it's they're battling, and now again this with Coach Regal. So again, just obviously, like I said, prayers to Coach Regal. We'll step aside. We'll come back and we'll hear from them. Then we'll also hear from Coach Winkworth after yesterday's tough game against TCU and Tatum Thomason as well. So we'll step aside and have more Pitchfork Lunch right after this.
Audio Jungle. Jungle.
And I'm back here on Pitchfork Lunch. Yes, I am Michael Caratino at Diablo00 on X, the artist formerly known as, you guys know it, the Twitter. Again, check out so live every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. My IG, Michael.Caratinudo.5. And then the YouTube channel, guys, watch live, but do subscribe. You can get all caught up. You can binge watch season 1 and season 2, and then keep watching season 3. Be all caught up. Hopefully by spring sports start. You know, we'll see what happens. But yeah, and again, any questions, thoughts, again, hit me up. As we shall go from there. Anywho, but yeah, I'm going to get right to it. This is Keyshawn Elliott, Malik McClain after Saturday's, again, tough 24-16 loss to Houston, again, down 24-0. 2 field goals. Unfortunately, Jesus Gomez, again, has had a phenomenal year. There were 2 field goals that he missed. So yes, that my friends, very tough. So yeah, that's not a big fan of. But this kid again, the misses, and again, there was a few things. It was the kicks were. Well, the first one, look, at the snap was very high. Kenyon Floyd made a hell of a play. I mean, you talk about the punt, the holder having great hands. Yeah, you talk about holder having great hands. Well, Kenyon Floyd did just that. Was able to somehow catch it, get it down, but this threw off the steps. And again, unfortunately, it didn't go in. He missed 2. But look, man, the Houston, we'll get more into it. But let's hear from Keyshawn Elliott and Malik McClain post-game on Saturday.
Keyshawn, it seemed like after the first few series, when you were able to, I know they were driving the ball, but it seems like you guys were adjusting well. Just what was the, challenge up front that they were presenting tonight?
Yeah, I think you saw it all game. That quarterback, the +1 run game to a single high defense, it's tough. So we had to make some adjustments. With our front, with our back end, even how his linebackers were fitting things. They did a good job. Like we knew all week, they got a job and they do it well. And they did it all game. Like it was just continuous drives. 3 yards, 3 yards, 3 yards, 8 yards. So it's tough to stop that as a defense. There's some things that we got to fix. As players, we want to play violent, play physical, and people all be on the same page and be in the right gaps.
Keyshawn, why do you think you guys have struggled against QB draws this year?
QB draws, just QB run in total. Yeah, I mean it's a tough run game. I mean you have to have your free safety or one of your extra fitters to come down, fit the hole. Like I said, they're good at doing their job, and they're a stout offensive line. Do well getting up to the second level, so they're collecting people. It's tough to stop.
Malik, can you kind of talk about, obviously with Jordan going down, somebody else needed to step up. You kind of had a career game. Can you kind of talk about your contribution and having that opportunity?
I was blessed to be in the game and contribute. With JT going down, we had to change some things around. So I just had to play my 111, play my part, and just make the plays when they came.
What do you think prevented you guys from doing more in that first 3 quarters offensively?
Say it one more time.
What do you think prevented you guys from doing more offensively in the first 3 quarters?
It was a lot of things. It was a multitude of things. I think we just need to stay on the field. Got to convert third downs, and we gotta score in the red zone. And that's our Achilles heel right now.
Malik, how do you think you can use this individual offense for you guys to really go out and more ball contribute?
Well, I think I definitely earned some trust within my teammates. It feels good to make plays for the team. When you don't make plays, you just want to do good for the guys. It's a team sport. I want to contribute any way I can.
Keyshawn, what can you say about the physicality of Houston up front? I mean, I said they did a good job, collecting blocks. I still think, I know we're the more physical team. At times, that wasn't on what we were putting on film. They're getting up to us, driving blocks. But, like I said, they're just a good football team. They're underlooked or overlooked, and, a good solid football team that's going to win a lot of games.
Got one more for the guys.
For both of you guys, it's your first time losing at home in the stadium. What's that kind of feeling like processing right now?
Sucks.
Yeah, any loss sucks. Especially at home. We don't sell these crowds out to lose. We don't want that as players. On to next week. That's all I can say.
All right, thank you guys.
And you heard it right there. Malik McClain, like I said, 7 catches, 159 yards. Man, just a hell of a game. And yeah, it looked, like I said, when you look at the yards, it's crazy because, like I said, it was 24-0 before ASU scored the first half. It was 10-0 in the first, and then nobody scored in the second. Obviously, ASU didn't score the first 3 quarters. I know you guys get that, but nonetheless, it was 10-0 at halftime, and then Houston puts up 14 in the third, but then ASU skunks them again for the second time in the game. Again, defense making plays. They adjust. This offensive line averages about 6'5", 6'4.5", and 330. I think I was saying that, it's insane. And it's Houston's deep, and people say, "Oh, they don't do this, they don't do that." Yeah, they ran the quarterback ran the ball 20 times for over 100 yards. So that's that is in and of itself is stuff. But yeah, it was 3-0, 10-0, 17-0, 24-0, 24-6, 24-9, 24-16. There was a ton of penalties too, guys. I know if you ASU had 12 penalties. 12 for 76, and Houston had 7 for 50. Houston should have had 9 for quite a few more, at least. And then Miles Rouser got called for a targeting. Coach addressed that today. We'll get to that tomorrow. But yeah, you look at what Connor Weigman did. Connor Weigman for Houston, the quarterback. He was 17-22 for 201 yards. You're thinking, okay, that doesn't. That's obviously high percentage, 17-22. 1 touchdown. He did get sacked once. But he also rushed. He was the team's leading rusher with 21 carries, guys, for 124 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. So he was responsible for 3 touchdowns in that game. But the Devils, they came back. It's just, wow. Look, I saw it's one of those things where you battle. And like I said, Sam Levitt was 18-35, 270 yards and a touchdown. He was sacked 3 times. Got banged up, went to the sidelines, wanted to come back in. Coaches, said, no, you're going to the locker room first. But yeah, McClain, like I said, he caught 7 of his 10 targets, 159 yards. Not in the end zone, but still, that's a hell over the field. Shimon Mateer had 4 receptions for 55 yards and the touchdown. And then Cameron Harpool, nice to see him get in the end zone. It's hard to even work. Coach Dillingham talk about him with Coach Mons, but just that tight end room depth, guys. Kamari Anderson had 1 catch for 8 yards. So yeah, I mean, it's but Jesus Gomez, like I said, missed 2, but did make the third one, his third attempt from 47. And yeah, they battle, they compete, and that is all you can really want, from a team, is that you want wins, but like Coach said, the expectation being a lot higher, and then what that baseline is, what last year accomplished. So going to what they did now, you look at it. Yes, they still they still have a shot to get back to the Big 12 championship. It'll be tough. I mean, you're basically looking at winning out against Iowa State, West Virginia, Colorado, and the team down south. So can they do it? Yes. But that's the other problem. The other side to that is, it's obviously very, very tough to do. So, but guys, like I said, soccer 10-5-3 for Coach Winkworth. Again, they fell 2-1 to 9th ranked TCU, ranked number 9 in the country, and yeah, so number 9 in the country. And when we look at the Big 12 standings real quick before we hear from Coach Winkworth, so standings wise, well, yes. The top 8 are going to the Big 12, and ASU is whew, well, we're rooting for West Virginia tonight. But yeah, sorry, looking at TCU there, they are right behind Colorado. Um, so yeah, but let's hear from Coach Winkworth. As against after again the 2-1 loss to TCU, again is having just a phenomenal phenomenal season, and they are let me see. Let's see right now. TCU's 8-1-1 in the Big 12, 4-1 at home, 4-0-1 away, 14-2-1 overall. Yeah, so they're West Virginia, 7-0-3 in conference, 5-0 at home, 2-0-3 on the road, and then they are second in the conferences. They are 12-2-3. Then you got Texas Tech, Colorado, Kansas, Baylor, UCF, Houston. BYU is a home game. So, yes, that is where that. And then ASU right now is right behind BYU, who is 8th, right? Yes. So, I mean, look, the silver lining is it's not about silver linings, as we know, because Coach Winkworth definitely not wanting to use that in his vocabulary or to the team. But you did go toe-to-toe with a team like TCU that, yes, moves the ball. Yes, is 12 or is 14-2-1 now. But but BYU's 8th and ASU is 9th. So they got a little bit to do, a little bit of work to do. But like I said, without further ado, we are going to hear from the man himself, Graham Winkworth, again, friend of the program. So yes, let's get to Coach Winkworth. So yeah. So yes, sorry about that. All right, here we go. Here's Coach Winkworth. Apologies.
Close performance tonight. What are your thoughts after that? Firstly, congratulations to TCU. They're really well coached. I love their style of play. They're one of the few teams that really try to play possession orientated, beautiful, fun to aesthetically pleasing game. So I can hold on. Don't worry. I can wait. Are you good? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I was really congratulations to them for the way they played. They were the better team today, and disappointed not to get the result. But when we're fighting like crazy. It was a hot day. I'd rather play them on a Thursday night when it's a little cooler. We've got 6 season-ending injuries, and so it makes it a little bit challenging. But really proud of the girls' efforts to get back into the game.
When you talk about possession, obviously, in the first half they're moving the ball, and you made adjustments. Seems like some of the passes, they were cutting in the lanes. What were just some of the things that maybe they tweaked too that was a little frustrating for you guys to get possession?
There's this excellent movement in that team. They start off in what's 4-2-3-1 system. They build in a 3-2-5. The 17 at right back becomes a right winger. The 3 becomes a 10. They pull the defensive midfield players out. It's a lot of things to focus on for the team that's defending that, but there's also a lot of running involved, and it was hot.
Coach, obviously the next matchup is going to be a key one against U of A.
Oh, is that who we got? Just kidding.
So, what do you think is the biggest change that kind of needs to happen from today until Thursday?
Honestly, I mean, that's hard. They're a good team. They're top of the league for a reason, and so I don't know if there's too many changes. We just got to get some rest between now and Thursday. We're beaten up, we're battered, we're bruised, but we're battling, and we've got one more game to battle. And then if results go as we hope they do, we'll have a few more games starting the week after. So we've got a lot to play for at the moment, both from a conference standpoint and a national standpoint.
I know you got to obviously look at the film, but I mean, just your initial thought that you're saying of the way that your team, battled against them. Like I said, a little bit of a hotter day of what you're down with, but just the way even throughout the game that they battled the TCU.
Yeah, honestly, we did, but we didn't have enough in our legs to do it for 90 minutes. Like I thought we started the second half really poorly, got back into it again, and then managed to create a more chaotic game towards the end of the match, which suited us more than them. But we're unable to get that second, that little bit of slice of luck, and we didn't deserve a result today. They deserved the victory, so disappointed, but proud of the effort. Just disappointed with the performance overall.
What's something you have to say about their perseverance and how sometimes they can get really down on themselves, but they can also build themselves up really quickly?
Yeah, we've got a lot of characters, good characters, positive characters, hard characters in that locker room. This time last year we played away in Texas at TCU, and we're 5-0 down at halftime. There's no quit in this team, so we're excited to go down to Arizona, and there'll be no quit down on Thursday night. We're going to give everything we got, but no, I'm really the characters in the locker room. We've got a lot of really positive characters, and they just got to continue to do it.
This was the last home game for the seniors. Can you talk about the last 4 years?
Yeah, we got incredible seniors. 10 seniors. Some have been here 1, some have been here 4. Really thankful for them. I want to make sure we thank them publicly for all the hard work they've put in, but they've still got a few more games to go, and we're delighted for the efforts that they've put in for the program. I also want to special note. I'm not sure I've ever seen a crowd this good on a Sunday afternoon. We have good crowds in the evening games throughout the season, and I think we matched it today with a wonderful crowd. And I think our average attendance is probably about 1,500 this season, when it was only about 600 last. So credit to the fans for cheering on the team all season long, and we look forward to them coming back next year.
Coach, you guys have led your opponents in corner kicks taken in 13 out of the 18 games this year. That wasn't the case today. What do you make of that?
Yeah, well, we didn't attack very much today, so we didn't get the ball to try and win those corner kicks. So, we're dangerous on corner kicks. We've scored 9 goals from them this season. So, but unfortunately, when you're playing a team that was better than you on the day, sometimes those opportunities don't come, and we weren't able to. I don't know if we created maybe 1 or 2 all game.
What's the emotion with an own goal being the difference on the score?
Trying to remember the goal, to be honest. First one was a mistake from a second phase of they've got to go for it. I mean, the cross. We've got to do a better job at denying the goal from the source. They're in the build. There was a pass that was made that should have been prevented. There was a cross that we should have been tighter, should have been prevented, and the ball never gets across the goal. The centre-back, sometimes when you put your body on the line, it's going to come off you. Very, very difficult ball to defend. It was a lovely ball. I don't know if it was number 3 or 17, but a wicked cross, and they were doing that all the game, and we were doing a great job earlier in the match. Nora and Izzy in particular doing a great job denying those crosses. We really struggled when Nora came out a little bit denying those crosses. They started putting more dangerous balls in. And
there's not much you really have to say for a rivalry game. Obviously, Cam coming from there played him last year, but do you feel it means a little extra to her? And whatever little you do say to the team, what do you have to say to the team about this game coming up?
I make sure they know about it. I've always in the past sort of been like, hey, it's just another game, try to take the pressure off a little bit. This is not just another game. This is the U of A, and it's a territorial cup, and we're going down there to win.
Coach, despite the results from today, what are some positive takeaways we can take away?
Again, somebody mentioned it earlier, the perseverance, the work rate, the character. We've got an incredible group. They're down. We've taken such massive steps. We might not have some of the star names either available or on the roster anymore from the past, and yet we're fighting with TCU to the fight. When you've got TCU spending the final 5 minutes of the game in the corner flag, it means that you've improved. Last year they would have been happily trying to get the 6th or the 7th. This year they're holding on for dear life and celebrating like they just won the conference championship. So, and they might have. I don't think they have, but they might have. So, that's a positive step for us. That we're going in the right direction, and we've still got plenty to play for next week on Thursday night, not just the territorial cup.
Yeah, and Tucson's been a hard place for ASU to play at, along with a bunch of other teams, just the field, the environment in general. How do you think the team can create more offensive opportunities?
Yeah, well, we're not playing TCU on Thursday night. We're playing Arizona, and no disrespect for them, they're not leading the league like TCU. So we expect an open game. We expect them. They're very good. Arizona are a very good team. They're going to play some lovely football, but we're ahead of them in the league for a reason so far this season, and we intend to stay. We intend to finish the Big 12 championships ahead of them. I'm not sure they can catch us now, so we're going to finish ahead of them anyway, which is important to our program.
Miller's just got the shutout record a couple of days ago. What do you talk about her time in Tempe?
Yeah, we've got to keep her around for 5. We've got to try and change her name or something and keep her around for 4 more, because she's a special talent, special person though. Like, you walk around our department and you bump into random people. Oh, I met one of your girls. It's always Powley. She's just great at making friends, and so we're going to really miss her hard. Cool.
Whoopsie. Yeah, so I'm talking to you while coach is up, so you couldn't hear me. Nonetheless, though, yeah, you heard him right there. I mean, look, it was a tough game, but yeah, Pauline Nellis gets the shutout record. Again, we're going to catch up with her. As again, she's been just a mainstay, just that and back, and yeah, it helps when you have good defense in front of you. A goalie that's a rock. If the defense is a little, maybe just a teeny bit off, things can happen. But man, she, again, just great job by her. But yeah, let's hear from Tatum Thomason now, who again, local kid, came back here.
So obviously they had a lot of the possession, but when you finally break through, it seems like you're able to and get that goal. Just Well, I mean, what were they doing? I mean, to obviously keep the ball away, but when you broke through and hit that goal, what was working?
I think that we're a great countering team. We have super fast forwards and a great midfield behind that. I think when we can take advantage of that, and that was kind of our thing. Like, we knew that TCU is a great team. They're top of the table for a reason. But when we get the ball, we're fast and we can use our strengths and do that. That's exactly what that was. It came off a counter, rebound, and then put it on frame. So ultimately, we just got to keep doing more of that.
Talk about your connection with Addie this season. Obviously, she's a freshman, and whether it's been you to her or her to you, talk about how you guys have grown and just been able to play really good soccer together.
Yeah, Addie's great. She's my little freshman, also from Arizona, so that's been really fun. But yeah, for a freshman, she's unbelievable. She's only going to get stronger as the years go on, and she started out great in Big 12 play, and she's just kind of rolling through it. So just keep giving her the ball. We play off each other really well, so just keep doing what we're doing. One of them's going to fall eventually.
Next game's a big game for you as a team. What's kind of the biggest change, or what's kind of the message in the locker room going into that one?
Yeah, I think we just walked away from the field being like, we can't, like, the game's over. We can't do anything about that now, but all of our eyes got to be on the next game, because that's the only game that we can control now. It's the last one, and we want to push into the Big 12 tournament. We want to push into the NCAA tournament. We have big goals for ourselves, and we know we can get there. So literally just all eyes on the next game.
It's such a new team, and you yourself being the first-year player. Is there a lot of awareness in that locker room of how much it's been a struggle for Arizona State against Arizona in the past years? Or no?
Kind of. We don't really talk about it because we just want to win the game. Like, we don't want to focus on last year or the year before. Like, there's 17 new players in the locker room. None of us care what the old results were. Like, we just want to show up on Thursday and beat Arizona.
This was the last home game for a lot of the seniors. Can you reflect on that?
Oh yeah, it's sad, it's emotional, but it's also been such a fun time. Like, especially for girls like me that have come home for their last years, and Bree, who's been here for 4 years, and Addie, who's just getting started. So.
as hard as you can.
Yes! Yes! Look at that. There is Tatum Thomas's goal, by the way, my peeps, my pitchfork peeps. Yep. You got to see that again, guys. And I'm going to give it to you one more time. Because, yeah, we'll go full screen on this. But, yeah, you got to see. I mean, the way she was able to, again, it's like kind of almost like as a defender, you're like the ball, you don't want it to go straight through and try and clear it. But, back footed right to Miss Thompson. And then look at this again, beautiful. Okay, let's try that one more time. All right. And for some reason, it does not want to come up again. Well, at least we got to see it once, right? But yeah, no, I mean, a heck of a goal by her. But yeah, let's see if we can get it to you just one more time. No.
Pretty good.
So that, I mean, obviously
that was the wrong one. That was her interview. We did see that though. But yeah, beautiful goal by her, and that cut the lead in half. I got excited and called it the equalizer at the time, but nonetheless, 2-1. TCU wins, like I said, Thursday. They are taking on that team down south. We'll talk about more of that tomorrow. But for volleyball, yeah, huge win over Arizona on Saturday night as they took it in 4. Yes, I know. Unfortunately, the little kitty cat's got a set. I mean, it's insane. You think about what they've done in conference. They're 8-0 so far. Last year, they only dropped the one conference game, and that was to BYU, or to, pardon me, not BYU, to Baylor. But yeah, I mean, they beat BYU. We talked about that the Friday before the Texas Tech game, but they beat BYU in 5, and then they turn around and beat Utah in 4 that Saturday. And then this past Saturday, they took down Arizona in 4. And again, just a solid performance as the Devils took the first set 25-18. They dropped the second set 25-22. Then they took the third and fourth in a lot of control, 25-16, both times to take it 3-1. Bailey Miller, though, 19 kills. Again, they were rolling to Noemi Glover, 19 kills for her. But 15 kills for Glover, double digits as well, 10 for Ella Lamagora, who, I mean, you look at Bailey Miller hit 432. Noemi Glover hit 400. Lamagora in the middle hit 769, kids. That is just ridiculous. And yes, for the volleyball stat, the analysts, I guess you can say we get geeked out on stats. Yeah, that's just insane. But yeah, solid performance. TCU Wednesday night. You guys got to get out to Desert Financial for that. That is going to be a huge matchup, and you definitely won't want to miss that as that is who the 17-2 Devils have. And TCU, like I said, right now they are ranked 13th, which I want to say is the second highest rated team behind the Devils in the Big 12. So it's going to be a huge matchup. Coach Bloomquist actually give a shout out to Coach Van Neal before he started his presser, and I'll bring that to you tomorrow. No worries, we got it. I got you here. But we are going to get out of here. Yes, we are going to get out of here. Everybody have a phenomenal rest of your Monday. Again, it was a whirlwind weekend. Volleyball gets a win. Soccer, tied Iowa State, then came back and fell to TCU 2-1. Man, just craziness. But volleyball, like I said, just absolutely crushing it. Football, hey, they got Iowa State this week, a rematch of the Big 12 championship. But they'll be doing it, you know, tweaking up things a little bit different because, again, assistant head coach, special teams coordinator Charlie Regal is taking he's taking a leave of absence, a medical leave of absence, not just a leave of absence, a medical leave of absence. So again, like I said off the top, man, prayers to you, Coach Regal, man. Forks up. We sending you nothing but prayers and love. Got your back here on Pitchfork Lunches. Again, you've always been just so gracious and just gracious with your time, but coming on the show, always appreciate the conversations and the bump when you are on the show. So again, take care of you, and hopefully we get to catch up soon. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel, and might be a pretty awesome guest. I'll hit you up on Twitter in the morning, let you know, or the artist formerly artist formerly known as Twitter. But a pretty awesome guest tomorrow. So nonetheless, have a phenomenal rest of your Monday. I will see you tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel. And yes, it is hashtag our state. Thanks to women reigning Big 12 champs, women's volleyball, for always making sure I knew that it is hashtag our state. And also, you know it, go Devils. But as always, forks up.
I went to Arizona State. Right. I'm a Sun Devil, man.
27-yard line. That's a great call. Whirlwind fake. Plummer will put it up. Throws over the middle. Poole, touchdown. Quick flag.
Third down and 5. Levis swings it to Scatterboom. Scatterboom breaks defenders. Here he goes again. Scatterboom is the running back, and he is immediately met in the backfield, runs through the contact, and then throws a shoulder for good measure.
On this team this year. That is true. High in the air. Right center field. Brandon Compton. Welcome to 2025. Today. This one the other way. Still going back. That's the drag. Walks up and down.
Edwards pulls off and buries it. Richardson drives out for Robbie Ryan. Her three right on the money. Takes his shot for Derby. Flag out. Doesn't matter.